Roast chicken without an oven. This recipe is for you. Pan-roasted chicken with mushrooms.
Simpol, luto na, ha.
So I'm cooking a whole chicken, but I prepared it in a manner that it will cook faster in half the time. This is how you do it. So we are doing what is called the spatchcock. So yung gagawin natin ay iba-butterfly natin. We have a whole chicken. Pag ito niluto mo, matagal siya maluto. Dahil nga whole siya, konti lang yung surfaces niya in contact to heat. So ito, if we open it up, there are more surfaces in contact of the heat, it will cook quicker. So ito, I will just use my kitchen scissors very easily. And I will remove the backbone. Tatanggalin natin siya. And we can use the backbone to make a wonderful stock. Removing the backbone and the neck, this will provide a lot of flavor to our stocks. And the chicken, we just have to break, the breast that way and flatten it. And now your chicken will cook in half the time because more surfaces are exposed to the heat. That's one of my kitchen secrets, Simpol! So I've also brined the chicken and seasoned it with salt, pepper, and a little bit of dried herbs, and it's ready. I did it ahead of time so that I'm sure that all the flavors are there inside the chicken, and I have my cast iron skillet. You can use a frying pan, of course, as long as makapal siya, hindi siya pwede yung manipis. And what I will do, I have 2 heads of garlic. I'll just trim off the heads, exposing the, the flesh. I will season that with salt. Just a little bit of salt. Olive oil. Pan is hot enough. And I will just sear ng aking garlic with my salt. Yan. And I will prepare my mushrooms. So I'm using fresh mushrooms. Of course, you can use canned mushrooms with a slightly milder mushroom flavor. And ito siya, yung stalks natin ng ating mushrooms. You remove it and you can add it to your stock when you're making chicken stock. Huwag mo isayang kasi there's a lot of flavor here. Pag naglilinis ka ng mushrooms, you don't wash it with water. You just use, kitchen towel and wipe off. Yan. And I will just cut my mushrooms into strips. Ganyan lang. One last one. Masarap to. I will mince my onions. I will now put my garlic aside. Tatabi muna natin. And what I will do now is I will wipe the skin of my chicken. So it's dry. Yan. And what I will do is I will sear it. Sear natin siya dito sa ating skillet. Inside down muna. And I will sear my chicken. Yan. This is also called a brick chicken. Kasi usually, in the olden times, they will put a heavy brick on top to be able to sear as much of the surface. So ito, wala. I'm just using my pan and press. Nice sear. It's very important that we have a nice sear in our chicken. And this recipe is also part of the Kitchen Secrets Cookbook. Please grab a copy. Ang dami naming sikreto sinishare dun sa libro to make you become better cooks. Di ba yun ang gusto natin? And babalik ta rin ko na yung aking chicken. Look at that, ha? Nice crust, di ba? Look at that, no? Yan. And I will turn it to the other side. Wow, no? Ang ganda na aking chicken. What I will do now is I will add my onions. Di ba I minced onions? I will add my onions to the side of my chicken. Yan. Let it saute. That will become part of the sauce. I will also add my mushrooms. Mushrooms on the side. So all the flavors will come together into this dish. So what do we do now? We season with salt and a little bit of pepper. Saute tayo. Alam mo, there are some ingredients kasi, like mushrooms, that have to be sauteed. No? You can boil them, of course. But if it is not in contact with oil, kung walang oil yung mushroom mo, hindi siya nagisa or na-dress in oil, hindi lalabas yung flavor. Bakit? There are some flavor compounds that are only oil soluble. Kung walang oil, hindi siya madidissolve, so hindi lalabas yung flavor na. Sayang naman, nagamit ka ng fresh mushrooms, hindi lalabas yung flavor, di ba? So, when you use premium ingredients, special ingredients, you should know how to cook them so that you make the best out of it, no? Kahit konti lang yung gamit mo, lasang-lasa mo, para hindi naman sayang, no? And I will just add some fresh herbs dito. Put it in one side lang. That will perfume the whole dish. And just to make it even more aromatic, I will just add a little bit of brandy and I will flambe just a little bit. Yan, no? Burn out the alcohol. Nice flavor. Yung garlic that I had earlier, eto sa likod niya, nag-sear na rin siya, di ba? The garlic, I will put it on the side. And parang isang pot lang din siya because we will also make the gravy here. So, look at that. So, I have my chicken stock and I will just drizzle it over. I will not wet the skin, no? It's very nice. It's simmering beautifully. But to make sure na maluto talaga yung top and bottom, dapat yung liquid mo covers half of the chicken and you have to cover it, and let it cook for around 35 to 40 minutes to make sure na lutong-luto yung ating chicken. And our chicken is almost done, but not quite. But we are sure it's cooked properly. It's going to be juicy. And I will turn down the heat a little bit. Yan, and I will let it cook a little bit more. But now, I will thicken the sauce. So how do I thicken the sauce, diba? Usually, alam natin, is cornstarch and water, which is a slurry. So, ito siya, French style, so. So, we have butter. So, I'm using around a tablespoon or 2 of butter. Kasi if you put the flour directly, it will not dissolve. So, I'm going to mix my flour and butter. The butter will also add that richness, no? So, what I will do, I'll mash my butter and make a paste. So, ito yung ating thickener. Very nice. I have my paste. And I will just add it to my pan sauce. Yan. And allow my juices to thicken into a gravy. Tingnan mo. Automatic may gravy na tayo. Dissolve. Yan. Oh, immediate may gravy na tayo, no? Ang dali-dali lang. I'll just add a little bit of lemon juice to brighten up the flavor. Yan. And you will know that your chicken is cooked kasi yung wing mo, malambot na siya. Look at that, oh. Yan. And, naghihiwalay na yung skin niya sa bone, no? So, ibig sabihin, luto na siya. The best way to check also if it's cooked, get a knife, poke it. Very nice kasi if it's bloody, when you poke it, all the blood will ooze out. So, ibig sabihin, luto na yung ating chicken. And I'm using my Mastex copper pan and I'll just whip up a very quick side dish. I will add butter to my pan, and I will use the garlic, one garlic galing dito, Press it out into the pan. Let it all out. Yan. I will add a little flour. Add my cream. Melting cheese, I'm using mild cheddar. Yan. And I will add my pasta. Yan. Very quick, very easy. Pasta side dish like a macaroni and cheese of sorts. But this time, it has a bit of lemon, no? To brighten up the flavor. Lemon juice. Yan, very nice. Season with some salt, pepper, and finish with some Parmesan cheese. Here it is, our pan-roasted chicken with mushrooms and of course our side of pasta. Try it now. Simpol!